Hello and welcome to Rick's Picks. We are about to start here another Eldritch Moon draft. So let's see what the packs hold for us. Alright, here we are for the first pick. And, well, interesting. This is one interesting card. I haven't played with or against it so far, so I'm not sure just how good it is. The question is it better than something like a Conduit of Storms? I'm not sure. I think maybe the Conduit is better. It's a pretty good card. Easy to transform even, since it adds the mana itself. Of course, you have to transform it, after it attacks, if that's the case. But I think I'm gonna take the Conduit. Not sure how good this thing really is. I mean, it's a removal spell, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to take the Conduit here. See where that leaves us. Ooh, someone passed the Crypt Breaker for us. Yeah, I cannot let that go. I don't know. Hopefully, we're gonna get an Olivia's Dragoons back. Although I'm not sure that's going to happen. Someone took, yeah, someone took probably the, uh, you know, another rare. Oh no, it wasn't the double faced card, because this is what there's one here. I do know that some packs have more than one double faced card, so that could have happened, or they could have gotten a foil rare or something like that. Because this is a very good card. Definitely taking it. Let's see what else we get here. Right. Here I'm more inclined to take something like a Boon of Emrakul, which is a very reasonable removal spell. Other than that, we have a Liliana's Elite. These white cards here are okay. This thing. And this thing here. This thing is fine. The Guardian Priest is pretty fine too. But I think I'm gonna take the removal spell then. I already have the Crypt Breaker, which I'm definitely looking to play here. Alright, here we could get a Shreds of Sanity, but, since we do already have a nice Madness Enabler here, I think it's time to start, seriously consider taking the Madness cards here. I don't know if anything here will make it back. Maybe the Shreds of Sanity uh, could make it back, although I doubt it. This is pretty good too, but since I'm black, I'm gonna try to. Ooh. All right, well, here we got a Campaign of Vengeance. It's an amazing card. So that's what I'm gonna take here. We have a vampire card in the form of Stencia Innkeeper, but it's an okay card, but not something that I'll take over a Campaign of Vengeance here. We could even splash for it. I mean, I guess we shall see. Alright, here we haven't got much. There's a Desperate Sentry, which we could take. There's a Thermal Alchemist, which is a great card. Not sure how good it's gonna be in this deck specifically. There's a Wretched Griff, which is awesome. But I think I want to try and leverage this card here. I haven't played with it, but it does seem to be perfect to build around, to make a lot of tokens. So let's take a desperate sentry. See where that takes us. All right, here I think Gathering Unhallowed is a pretty fine common, probably better than Guardian of Pilgrims, because this stops lots of stuff on the ground and gets can get much bigger as the game goes on. It's kind of like I also do like the Foul Bloods. Not even sure if I should take the Foul Bloods or the Unhallowed here. I think it's close. Maybe the Foul Bloods is the correct pick, but I just feel like taking the Unhallowed here. Oh, this is quite good. But we're obviously not taking it because this is not in our colors. This is actually in the exact two colors that we are not at this point in the draft. So here I'm gonna take a certain death. It's a removal spell. It's kinda expensive, but oh well. Alright, Succumb to Temptation seems to be an okay card. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just take it. Blue seems to be pretty open too. Alright, this is nice. This is really nice. We don't have a lot of zombies so far, but we do have a few. I think I'm gonna take the Flaming Pure Bloods. I mean Foul Bloods though. It's a fine creature that has worked well for me in the past. Alright. Guardian, let's take it. There's this thing which is quite good too. Could take this thing in case we end up heavy in vampires, but I feel like I wanna try to go blue. I mean black white here. To see where that gets us. Alright, well, I did pass one take inventory twice, and I did pass this one once, so I'm not gonna pass it this time. Try to not allow our opponents to go big with this card, because in multiples this can be quite good. Okay, yeah, this is not what I'm looking for here. This isn't either, but I guess I'm taking it is better than taking that aura. Alright, so we are certainly in black, not necessarily in white or red so far. Guess we shall see. It would depend on what we open here in our second pack. Maybe we can, open some sort of bomb uh, madness rare to make stuff like this guy work. We shall see. Alright, so we did open a nice rare here in the form of Bloodhound Priest. It's a madness card too. I think I'm gonna take it. Maybe we are going to end up heavy on vampires after all. What should make it back here? I'm not sure. It's a bunch of nice blue cards. This is nice, this is nice, this is nice. This is pretty cool too. So yeah, not much in the form of black and red cards here that I really want to take. But anyway, the red is good enough that I'm willing to take it. Alright. Stormcur Condemned works pretty well with everything we've taken so far. So I'm definitely taking that. There's a Fear Build Vampire too, which I hope makes it back, although I doubt it. If this makes it back, or this, I will be happy. Obviously, if this makes it back, I'll be happier because it fits with our draft plan here at this point. Let me take out these white cards from here. And let's go ahead and take the Condemned then. It's important to remember that this is not a vampire, so it doesn't really work with the Condemned. This isn't a vampire either. Neither is this. We do have a few vampires, a few zombies, and one werewolf. So when it comes to creature types, our deck is kinda all over the place right now. But we'll try to, streamline it in the near future. Okay. Savage Alliance is a great card, one that I'm, uh, contemplating taking here. There's a Smoldering Werewolf, which is a pretty good card too. Pretty good. Not sure how good. And there's a Reaver. Hopefully the Reaver makes it back. There's a Prey Upon too. It's a nice pack. But I think I'm gonna take a Savage Alliance. This seems great, but it's double red, and I think this is a more reliable removal spell. When this works, it really works. It can be just devastating. So that's what I'm gonna take here. All right. Here we have an Outcast. We have also a Gaia Reach Sanitarium, which should be good if we are into madness. I think I'm gonna take it. There's an abandon reason. I mean, the problem with madness in Eldritch Moon is that a lot of the madness cards are, less than exciting combat tricks such as this one. But if it makes it back, I'll take it. Especially since I am taking a madness enabler here to see how it goes. We do have quite a few madness enablers. We need more madness cards. Alright, well, here we got a Galvanic Bombardment and a Murder. I'm taking a Murder. Bombardment is pretty good, but Murder is a murder. And, if we already have had one or two bombardments here, maybe we would consider taking this instead. But as things stand here, I am taking the Murder. Alright, Olivia's Dragoons. Perfect card for us here, since we do want early game creatures here, and we do want vampires, and we can always use madness enablers. Since, I mean, right now we want more madness cards than madness enablers. But, let's go ahead and take it. Alright, speaking of madness cards, there's a Weirded Vampire. We could take a Ruthless Disposal, but at this point I think to make our deck work better, we need cards with madness. This enables madness, and this is a nice removal spell. But it's not a card that's necessarily the easiest to get full value out of. Because it's expensive, it's a sorcery, and it requires a discard and a sacrifice to work. So, yeah, let's go ahead and take the Weirded Vampire there. Here we get a Certain Death and a Prophetic Ravings. I feel like I could take the Ravings here. The Certain Death is kinda expensive. But yeah, I mean, if we didn't have as many Madness Enablers as we have so far, I guess I would take the Ravens. But yeah, I feel okay taking this thing than Certain Death. Let's take a Banquet, probably. This is not bad, but more of a sideboard card than anything. This is awesome, by the way. So maybe I don't really want a Banquet. I could hate this thing. Or I could just, pass it and get a card that I may use. Yeah, seems okay. Alright, Gavonian Hollow. There's a Whispers of Emrakul that we don't really want. So let's take the Unhallowed. Alright, Foul Bloods is an okay card as well. And there's a Vampire here that I don't think we're going to play, but it is a Vampire better than taking those other cards there. Alright, there's a Stances Banquet, but here in this situation, I think I'm gonna take a Mormon. Mormon is pretty good. I don't want to play against it. Alright, let's see what the Shadows of Innistrad pack brings us, and well, the answer is it brings us a Voldrin Duelist. It's definitely the card I'm taking here. Not much else when it comes to vampire cards here. The cards that are good in our deck. So I'm taking that. There isn't really anything here I hope makes it back. Sadly, maybe the Warped Landscape. I mean, if the squad recruiter makes it back so that I can hate draft it, I'd be happy about that. But well, say take the duelist here and say go. Right. We have a vampire, a turn two vampire here that we can take. What else we got here? Not much. What I'm looking forward to the most here out of this pack is, madness cards. I hope we start getting some because so far that has not happened. Alright, dead weight. No madness cards, but a dead weight is nice. There's also a Macabre Waltz, which I could take it if it makes it back, but for now let's go ahead and take the dead weight. Okay, well, no madness cards, but Sanitarium Skeleton works very well with uh, cards that require a discard, so that's what I'm going to take here. It's almost a madness card, right? Okay, there's a Twins of Mora Estate, which is not only a madness card, but it's also a vampire. There's an Arsonist, which is pretty good, another Sanitarium Skeleton. But yeah, the Twins work the best for us here. Ooh, Bloodsworn. Alright, I think we're getting to a point here where we're gonna have a critical mass of vampires to play in this deck. Let's go ahead and take that. Alright, here we have an Ember Eye Wolf, we have a Convicted Killer, and we have a Macabre Waltz. I think I'm gonna take the Waltz here. It's gonna be nice to get our one of our guys back. We do have quite a few nice creatures that we may want to get back, right? Including the duelist. And we do have a few madness cards that we can abuse with the discard effect here. Okay, here we could get a Murderous Axe, but given the current situation of the deck here, I don't think we're gonna need it. I would rather take something like a Grotesque Mutation for the sideboard. I think that should work better. Alright, this is our first pack, and look at this, all three black cards made it back. That's because they're not very good. Neither of them are very good, so let's just take this thing for the sideboard. Alright, here we have a vampire, so we can go ahead and take it, although I'm not sure. I mean, I think we're not going to play it. Now the Macabre Waltz, better than a Stallion of Ashmouth, I think. But this is going to go to the sideboard. Okay, let's take a Merciless Resolve. So basically, we're going to have a mostly mono black deck here that will have a few red cards splashed. I guess if we didn't have this thing and this thing here, I guess I would try to go full mono black. But I think the way we are here right now, that's not gonna be very feasible. I mean, you could certainly try and do it, right? But nah. I wanna play. I want to at least play this thing. All right. Alright, so here we have 24 cards. We have to take out one of them here. I have 16 creatures, which is certainly a fine number. I guess I'm gonna take out. Could take out a certain death. Could take out one succumb to temptation. Yeah, maybe a certain death. It's a fine card, but it's expensive. So here we have 23. We're gonna have a small splash for red, probably like 5 mountains, something like that. Sort by color. Add here. He's suggesting 4, 13 and 4, but I'll actually make that 11, 5, and a sanitarium. Aside from the secondary mage, I mean, there's the conduit of storms, but you know, the other red cards that we have, like the duelist, the priest, and the savage alliance, are cards that can be finishers. So we don't necessarily want to play them, extremely early. I guess I do want to play this thing early because it's a 4 mana 4/4. But if we play late, we can take advantage of its ability. So yeah, I think this is it, and I am quite happy with how this deck turned out. Let's see if we find success with it. Let's submit and see you round one.